Hello, everybody. My name is Caitlin Quass, and I'm talking about the humanistic approach today. So, before I dive into the humanistic approach, I kind of want to go into the psychology of humanism for a second because that I feel like is essential in order to understand the humanistic approach. So, Saul McLeod said that humanistic psychology is a perspective that emphasizes looking at the whole person and the uniqueness of each individual. Humanistic psychology begins with the existential assumptions that people have free will and are motivated to achieve their potential and self actualization. So, in this picture on the right, there is a whole bunch of fake people, as you can see, and one highlighted up. So, the essence of humanistic psychology is it's all about the self, looking at the entire person, um, and the big goal is to achieve self actualization, which I will talk about in a little bit. So, what is the humanistic approach then? The humanistic approach is putting the individual first when it comes to a work environment. This is a lot harder said than done in a lot of organizations. Um, so I want to switch back to the psychology part. So, um, this is a representation of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which a lot of you may be familiar with already. So, it's a pyramid, and on the bottom is your most basic needs. You need to achieve each level up from the bottom in order to get to the top. So, starting with your psychological needs, you need air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction as well. So, these are your most basic needs that you need to survive. Just above that is your safety needs, which is personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. And then the top three is what I'd really want to focus on today is love and belonging, which is friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection, esteem, which is respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom, and self-actualization, which is a desire to become the most that one can be. So the reason I want to focus on these three is because the humanistic approach really applies to these three, assuming that your other two lower needs are have already been met. So when it comes to love and belonging, you need to have a sense of connection in the workplace. You need to feel like you belong in a group and that you are contributing to the whole. When it comes to esteem, you need to have self-esteem in the workplace. You need to be able to feel proud of your work. You need to be recognized for your work in order to have that reassurance that you're doing the right thing. And also freedom. So, one of the biggest things with the humanistic approach is the ability to be creative and innovative. So, having that freedom to be creative along with that recognition will help you build high self-esteem. And then at the very tippy top is self-actualization. Now, this is the highest goal for an individual to achieve in this life. So that's the desire to become the most that one can be. Now, when you apply that to an organization looking from the lens of the humanistic approach, that means becoming the best you within your work environment that you can be. Um, that includes working as a team, collaborating, being efficient, creating quality work. This doesn't necessarily mean working up the ladder in your company in order to become like a manager or something. It can include that, but it's more of becoming the best you that you can be, improving your skills, um, and just having the confidence in yourself. So how can an organization provide these needs? So um, there's more, but there's just a few that I listed here. First off, being performance appraisals. So this is not only an appraisal of each employee, but it's an appraisal of the employer as well. So both parties need feedback in order to create an organization to where everybody feels like they're seen. Competitive pay, that's pretty self-explanatory. people need money to survive and fulfill their most basic needs. A team environment, this is also really important when it comes to the humanistic approach, because although you are an individual, you need to work as a team and be able to feel that sense of belonging as well. Feedback kind of goes along with the performance appraisals, in that you're going to receive feedback on things that you do within the organization, as well as the employer is going to receive feedback on maybe what they're doing well, what they can improve on. And then lastly, benefits. These can be a plethora of different things, from bonuses to insurance and work parties, and just different benefits the organization provides to make their employees feel like they are valued. I really love this model. I grabbed this from uh, the Reward Systems and Organizations textbook, and it's a model that shows what the employee wants, what the organization wants, and what each of them has to invest. So, starting with what the employee wants, they want an interesting work environment and fair compensation. So, in order to get that, they have to invest, and they need to invest their time, effort, knowledge, skills, and creativity. On the other hand, the organization wants to attract and retain a productive workforce. So, if you want to attract and retain a productive workforce, you have to also invest into each individual employee, which means pay, benefits, status and recognition, job opportunities, and social opportunities. So, as long as the investments on each side are to the satisfaction of the employee and the employer, then this will be a nice, happy company that'll be very effective, and each individual will feel valued. One great example of this is the company Zappos, which is a shoe company. They are very adamant about everybody having a voice. And so they want everybody to feel like they're heard and they're valued. And so whenever they perform their work meetings, they have the employees and the employers, they all get to speak up and share their opinion as part of a group. And so that helps them feel like a family almost, which I love this picture on the right here, because it says part of the Zappos family. It's colorful, it's homey, and it makes you feel like you just belong there. And that is Zappos' mission, is to make sure that their employees feel like they belong. Another incentive of working there is there's a badge earning system. So for different accomplishments, you can earn badges. And these are things that employees take pride in, and they love about the company. And a third thing is they manage in teams instead of individuals. So instead of one manager being over 10 people, they have a group, and they will all work together as one. And then one thing that they do that might seem out of the ordinary is they actually offer a quitting bonus. Now, a lot of people aren't going to be quitting, of course, because they like the incentives that they have. But if somebody is not satisfied with working at Zappos, then they actually pay people to quit. So, what are the benefits of the humanistic approach? Obviously, it retains employees, like with the Zappos. A lot of the employees stay there. There's better attendance. A lot of people aren't going to be calling out sick or for various reasons because they just don't want to come to work. It boosts creativity. And also, along with that, is innovation. So, your company is going to be able to quickly adapt to new things, and it's going to stay on top of the ball as far as innovation goes. There's an increased work performance and productivity, a safe work environment, not only physically but mentally and emotionally safe for employees to go to work, and people feel valued and are genuinely happy. And then Here's a quote from Phil Jackson that I liked. It says, "The strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team." So this kind of reminds me there is no I in team. Um, which there's an individual me- there's an individual member as part of the team, but then you also need the team to be strengthened, which is essentially what Phil Jackson is saying in order to create a functional organization. And I just wanted to add this picture in the end to show what a happy organization would look like. Um, these are girls from an organization, and they're working as a team. They all look happy. They all look like they're satisfied with their working lives, and you can just tell that the humanistic approach works for them. So here's my references, and thank you so much for listening.